Most people think that avoiding hard things makes life easier, but it just makes you fragile. Most people treat hunger like an emergency. The moment they feel it, they rush to fix it. But learning to be hungry on purpose has been one of the most important disciplines that I've built. Discomfort is a muscle, and if you don't train it, it atrophies. If you want to stay young, mobile, and pain-free as you age, then listen carefully, because the 8 habits that I'm going to share with you are not wellness trends or easy hacks. They are disciplines. They are the habits that have kept me strong, resilient, robust, and physically capable. And yeah, they're very uncomfortable, but that's the point, because if you want to move well for life, then you need to do what most people refuse to do. So let's get into it. Habit 1 is daily movement exploration. Most people exercise because they think they should. I move because my body demands me to move. Daily movement exploration is not negotiable for me. It is at the top of my list of priorities every single day. And no, it's not about exercise or punishing myself or burning calories. It's about living and thriving through movement. This practice influences everything else in my life, from my relationships to my business, to my energy, my mindset, my pain levels, even my creativity. It is as vital to me as breathing. When I wake up tired, I don't just ignore it and go about my day. I move, I listen, I shift, bend, rotate, loosen up, test, and I adapt. I check in with the parts of myself that feel sticky or uncooperative, and I work them until they open up. Some days this might look like 10 minutes on the floor first thing in the morning. Other days it's woven throughout my whole day, squatting while I work, hanging while I think, crawling around while planning ideas. This isn't about sets and reps. This is not a checklist. It is a conversation with my body daily. Where am I tied to? Where am I avoiding? Where do I need space? What do I need to do? This is real longevity training. It is making movement a part of your life. It is not chasing a pump or a PR in the gym. It's about making sure that I can move freely when I'm 80. Movement is a gift. It is freedom, but it is also fragile. Ignore it and you're going to lose it faster than you think. And let's be honest, some days I don't want to do it, but those are the days that I need it the most, because stiffness and pain don't announce themselves until it's too late. Daily movement exploration is how I stay strong, sharp, and anti-fragile through life. It's not magic, it is discipline. It's daily work, and it is a non-negotiable. Habit 2 is controlled hunger. Most people treat hunger like an emergency. The moment they feel it, they rush to fix it. But learning to be hungry on purpose has been one of the most important disciplines that I've built. For me, fasting isn't about punishment or weight loss. It's about awareness and control. It's about asking myself, why do I want to eat right now? Is it true hunger? Or is it stress? Maybe it's boredom, anxiety. Most people have no idea because they never allow themselves to sit with the hunger. They graze all day and they wonder why they feel sluggish, inflamed, and distracted. Practicing controlled hunger reminds me who is in charge. I can feel discomfort without needing to instantly soothe it. I can let my body reset. I've used OMAD, time-restricted eating, or even just simple meal delays. None of it is rigid dogma. It is a toolkit that I use depending on my needs, training load, or season of life. It simplified everything for me. My days became less about constant planning and eating. My inflammation dropped, my body felt lighter, my mind felt clearer. It's taught me discipline in a space where most people are completely reactive. I'm not telling you to starve yourself. I'm telling you to learn what hunger feels like, to understand it, to respect it. Controlled hunger is freedom. It's saying my cravings don't own me. It is uncomfortable, and that's why it works. Habit 3, daily dose of fear or discomfort. Comfort is the most seductive trap there is. It rots you slowly while convincing you that you're safe. And that's why I deliberately choose discomfort every single day. It doesn't have to be dramatic. It might be an ice bath that steals my breath, a brutal training session when I'm already tired, a risky move in my business, or a hard conversation that I would rather avoid. It's about refusing to let fear call the shots. Discomfort is a muscle, and if you don't train it, it atrophies. Most people think that avoiding hard things makes life easier, but it just makes you fragile. When you're used to choosing discomfort, you are less rattled when life hands you something hard. You're not surprised, you're not unprepared, you don't get to decide if life is going to be hard. You only get to decide whether you're ready for it. And that's why I choose discomfort every single day. Not because I love suffering, but because I want to be capable of it when it comes to that. Okay, so really quick, I want to share a resource with you that I have available if you are currently feeling injured, stiff, broken. If you're a professional athlete looking to improve your mobility, my mobility toolkit is currently helping over 50,000 people in 40 plus countries, people ranging from all walks of life, complete beginners, professional athletes, men and women in their 70s and 80s. If you have 15 minutes to spare, this will work for you and it's going to produce dramatic results within weeks. Check it out. Habit 4, barefoot and primal contact. We have domesticated ourselves into weakness. Shoes with thick cushioned soles, flat predictable floors, endless chairs. We treat our feet like they are fragile when they are supposed to be our foundation. Most injuries and joint issues above the ankle start with weak, immobile feet. But instead of fixing the foundation, people slap on braces, orthotics, or expensive sneakers. The answer is way simpler. Use your feet the way they are supposed to be used. That's why I train barefoot every single day. I walk barefoot, I stand on real uneven ground. At first it's uncomfortable. Rocks dig in, the ground is cold, the heat burns, but that is the whole point. Your feet eventually wake up. Your arches strengthen, your balance improves, your entire kinetic chain recalibrates. It's not just about feet, it is about knees, hips, back, and posture. This is primal contact. It is reconnection with the earth, feeling something real underneath you. We are not meant to float through life on foam. We are meant to feel. So go barefoot, wake your body back up. Don't treat the symptom, fix the foundation. Habit 5, stillness practice. Everyone knows me for my movement, but one of the most important things that I do daily is stillness. Breathwork, meditation, sitting without distraction. Because if you can't sit with your own thoughts, your emotions, your own presence, you are not truly in control. Your breath is your remote control for your nervous system. It is the fastest way to shift your state. I use nasal breathing when I train, slow, deliberate exhales to downregulate stress. I use box breathing for focus, breath holds to build awareness and calm. I use breathwork in general to energize myself when I'm low, to calm myself before sleep, even to access deeper layers of my psyche. Sometimes it's just 5 minutes outside, no phone, no agenda, eyes closed, feeling the air on my face. Most people want to go harder, faster, do more, but they never actually practice stillness, which is a very important part of movement. That is incomplete training. True mastery is being able to ramp up and down, to hold chaos in one hand and calm in the other. Movement without stillness is just noise. Stillness is what gives it meaning. Habit number 6, moving instead of exercising. I don't check a box for exercise and then sit like a statue for the other 23 hours of the day. I move all day, every day, because movement isn't something that you schedule into your calendar. It is something that you live, something that is a part of you. I will squat instead of collapsing onto a chair. I crawl on the floor to think and to play. I hang from bars to decompress my spine and shoulders. I carry heavy things instead of asking for help. This isn't a program that you follow. It is a way of seeing the world differently. The floor for me is not just for walking. It's for rolling, stretching, resting. The stairs aren't obstacles. They are training equipment. Groceries aren't chores. They are a loaded carry. Your body doesn't recognize workouts. It recognizes movement, load, range, challenge. And the more that you sneak it into your daily life, the more that you normalize it for yourself, for your family, for your kids watching you. I move because I can. I have that luxury because I need to, because it is the best gift that I can give myself. This is how you stay young, sharp, and resilient without even trying. It's the difference between training for aesthetics and training for life. This is real freedom. This is real health. This is what our bodies have evolved to do. So don't reduce movement to a 1 hour in the gym punishment for what you ate. Let it reclaim its rightful place in every hour of your day. Habit 7, deliberate recovery and environmental stress. If you want to stay pain-free, strong, and mobile, you cannot skip recovery. Now, let's be clear, recovery doesn't mean lying on the couch numbing yourself with Netflix. Recovery is not the absence of stress, it is deliberate stress, good stress, use stress. For example, I will use ice baths to train my mind to stay calm in chaos. I don't just dip in to show off. I practice relaxing my breath, controlling my mind while my body screams at me to get out. I use sauna to melt away muscle tension, to sweat out stagnation, to practice stillness in heat. I get sunlight on my skin to nourish my biology the way thousands of years of evolution intended for us to do. I train outside as much as I can because real ground is unpredictable. Weather changes, surfaces aren't uniform, the environment itself becomes part of the workout. I want my body to know heat, cold, discomfort, roughness, change, unpredictability. Most people live in perfectly controlled environments and they wonder why they are fragile, inflamed, and stiff. Real recovery isn't passive, it is adaptation. It's teaching your body and your mind to handle stress without breaking. I always choose hard, I always choose uncomfortable because it builds resilience. It teaches my body to bend instead of snap. And really, it's just a skill, a practice, just as important, if not more important, than the training itself. You don't grow by avoiding stress. You grow by chasing the right kind and the right time with the right intention. And habit number 8, community and playful movement. This is the one that most people forget entirely. Movement isn't just about personal optimization, it's about connection. We are all social animals. We're designed to move together, to play, to wrestle, to dance, to compete with one another. When we were kids, we played tag, we climbed trees, we wrestled in the grass. There was no sets or reps. There was no training. It was just play. And that's why I make time to train with others, to play games, to spar, to wrestle, to move without a rigid plan. It's chaotic, unpredictable. It forces you to adapt in real ways that you can't replicate alone. It also humbles you. It forces you to respond to someone else's timing, rhythm, pressure, stimuli. You learn to read people, you learn to trust people, you learn awareness, spatial intelligence, and beyond all that, it is fun. It's laughter, it's shared effort, it's bonding. This is movement in its purest form. Humans together solving physical problems with their bodies, testing their limits, communicating without words. This is what keeps you young. It keeps you humble. It feeds your social soul. Movement alone is discipline. Movement together is culture. Don't reduce movement to punishment. Don't make it lonely. Move with others. Laugh, play, compete. That's the soul of movement. That is what keeps you alive inside. So those are my 8 habits. They're not easy, they're not comfortable, but they do work. I don't teach theory. I teach what I live. If you want to integrate these into your own life, check out the Mobility Toolkit in the description. Thousands of people around the world have used it to move better, feel better, and reclaim their bodies. And remember, you don't need permission to move. You just need discipline.